Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Live at the Waterhole with myself, Chad Hobson. I'm going to be your naturalist for the morning as well as the afternoon show today. I hope everybody has had a fabulous start to their Wednesday morning, and hopefully it's just going to get better with this Live at the Waterhole show. Just a reminder to all our viewers that this is a live and interactive show. So if you are wanting to subscribe, please you can subscribe on our website and send through your comments and questions there. Or you can join the conversation on X using the hashtag WildEarth. So we are starting our morning here at Djuma Private Game Reserve in the northern parts of the Sabi Sands, where the hippos seem to be playing ball today. I know yesterday for the last little bit of the show we were trying to get the best views of them, but they were spending quite a lot of time behind these trees here on the left hand side of screen. It does seem like there are 4 hippos. If you look closely at the one closest to the screen, you can just see the baby's head popping out, and it looked like there were 2 just a little bit further back. Catherine, good day to you from wherever you may be watching the show. Thank you very much for joining. And I do hope we are going to have some amazing sightings today here on Live at the Waterhole. Yesterday I was quite jam-packed with a lot of elephants that were coming down. It was an extremely hot day in a lot of the locations. So hopefully today we can find some other interesting things for you sitting at home. Melanie, I do agree with you. What a wonderful and cute way to start today's show. It's the best way to start the show. Who doesn't like a baby animal? It does seem like it is a little bit windy here at Djuma. I mean, you can see the water moving quite a lot, as well as the trees blowing. But why don't we take a look at the weather, see what's going on throughout the locations. So it does seem like it's a good day all around at all our different locations throughout Southern Africa. So I'm sure the show today is going to be a good one to remember. There's a little bit of cloud cover here at Djuma, so that might allow for a little bit more movement of some of the predators, leopards or lions.
Welcome to Destination Safari WildEarth travel show that showcases luxury safari destinations, we explore the intimate thatched safari lodge located here in a valley lined by indigenous vegetation in the northern section of Amakhala Game Reserve.
I do also just want to give a quick shout out to Marissa. I know it is your 50th birthday today, and you might be watching. I'm not 100% sure, but happy birthday, and I hope you have a fabulous day and get spoiled rotten. Melanie, you asking, are hippos still the most dangerous and among the top killers of people alongside malaria? So hippos are um, they they do kill the most people within southern Africa every year, and the reason being, so hippos, where they are right now in this water hole, that's their safe place. So I mean, they feel safe, they don't feel vulnerable. That's where they spend most of their time. And when hippos come out of the water to go and feed, that's when they are then quite vulnerable. So they come out in the evenings to feed under the cover of darkness. But sometimes what happens is hippos will come out of the water during the daytime when it is quite an overcast or cool day, and they might spend a little bit of time on the banks of the waterhole or of a river feeding. And a lot of the time, what happens is people in rural areas might use those rivers as a source of water. So, I mean, they'll use that for washing, for cooking, for cleaning, for drinking, literally everything. So they have to spend quite a lot of time going down to the water. A lot of the time, what happens is if it is a cold day and I mean the hippo's out of the water and the people are walking along the bank, that hippo wants to get to its safe place, which is the water. And yeah, it's sad to say, but often people do get run over by hippos, and getting trampled by a 2-ton hippo is only going to be one survivor. So next time you are around a river on a cool day, just always be cautious of what might be lurking in the bushes. This baby hippo is really putting on a good show for us this morning. Hey, Forty, you wondering how old the baby hippo is? So apparently, this hippo was born on the 19th of January. Um, so that now makes it just under 2 weeks old, this baby hippo. So I mean, still very young, still very fresh. You're also saying that you really love the hippo at Juma. I think, hey, this is a lot of people's favorites. The hippo, yeah, Juma grabs a lot of the viewers' attention. Sanjay Roy, you're saying you're looking forward to the day when we'll see hippos roaming around in the evening being covered by WildEarth. Um, that would be incredible to be able to view these hippos wild for long periods of time while out, but it is quite tough to follow hippos while they are feeding. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, they are quite vulnerable when they're out of the water, so they do tend to be a little bit more shy when they are out of the water. So they come out, they often will use game trails, so paths that animals use to and from water, and they'll try and get to a thicker area and then move around towards where they need to feed. And unless you find them in a nice big open clearing and can keep a distance, like a good safe distance to not allow that hippo to run, then you can view them. But you will need to keep quite a distance away from those hippos. So it's good to see that these hippos are playing ball with us today. But why don't we head over to Jumala in Madikwe and see what's happening? And there's our first zebras on World Zebra Day. Excellent. Happy World Zebra Day to these three zebras that are in screen at the moment. And why don't all the viewers, if you are sitting at home, why don't you send through maybe your most interesting or fascinating sighting you've had of zebras on safari, or maybe zebras even on live at the Waterhole, what they were doing, where they were, and maybe any interesting facts that you might know about zebras. Jive Bunny, thanks very much. A good morning to you too. You looking forward to seeing me guiding you on again on Wild Earth? Thanks very much. I look forward to guiding everybody this morning on Wild Earth. It is incredible how we've got a day devoted to zebras. I mean, they are such incredible animals. Just look how beautiful that coat is. And we're joined by another couple of zebras that have come down to the water to join World Zebra Day. Pattis McGargan, you're saying dazzling zebras for today. Exactly. We've got a big dazzle of zebra. Yeah, coming down to drink. Victoria, you wondering, do you get many albino zebras? So personally, I've never seen albino zebras. I know there have been reports of albino zebras seen. I think it was up in East Africa somewhere. But you do get sometimes albino zebras in captivity. Um, and then there are a few that I know of that are in a private reserve in Kenya. I think it might be somewhere around Mount Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. So you do get them, but they are very rare to see. I mean, they are quite similar to a normal zebra. It's just a lot lighter in color. The mane is a little bit more white, and then also the black stripes are much lighter in color. Should be wondering if zebras carry a similar stripe pattern to their parents. So, Shiv, every single zebra is unique with their stripes. So they don't carry a similar pattern to their parents. I mean, if you think about it, like every zebra's pattern is quite similar, um, but they are all completely unique. It's just like a passport number for us. There's none that are exactly the same. Hey, Forty, you were asking if that was a pregnant one there. I do know which one you were um, asking about. There was definitely one that was pregnant. I mean, you could see how rounded that belly was and how full that belly was. Zebras, unlike impala or wildebeest or warthogs, they don't have a sort of a breeding season. So they give birth all year round. Um, so you'll see zebra foals continuously throughout the year. But I'm sure that zebra's quite close to giving birth just by looking at how full her belly is. Even though it is World Zebra Day today, we're not going to forget about all the rest of the animals that we are going to see today. But we are going to
drive, as always. Now remember, this is live and interactive, so we'd love to hear from you.
tell you how happy it makes me to hear and see the wonderful creatures going about their daily routines. You guys are the best. Thanks very much, Jason. I do appreciate that. And all the viewers are the best for the continuous support for Wild Earth and continuously watching and also continuously engaging with us. So thank you very much. It's quite incredible. We've had a lot of different herds of zebras all come down to the Waterhole. They do know that it is Zebra Day and they're showing themselves. Hopefully at also other locations we'll be able to see different herds of zebras coming down. AJ Kruger, the zebras are black or you're asking are zebras white or black under their fur? So it's a continuous argument that a lot of people will say. Some people will tell you that zebras are white underneath with black stripes. Some people will tell you that they're black underneath with white stripes. So everybody's got their own opinions. I've personally heard from somebody that has shaved a zebra, and underneath all that fur of theirs, it is indeed black. So zebras are black with white stripes. There might be a few comments coming in. I'm sure that some people might think that they are white with black stripes, but yeah, they are indeed black with white stripes. David, hi David from Kenya. Saying beautiful nature, God given. It's just incredible what he has given us on this planet. Beautiful nature, beautiful scenery, beautiful mountains, beautiful animals. Just everything about nature is just fascinating. Wally, you saying you remember that zebra, when a zebra is sick or ill, its main flip-flops. That is 100% correct. So often you can tell if a zebra is sick. You can call it flip-flopping. Why not? But often what happens is, if you look at these zebras, maybe if we can zoom in just a little bit, the zebra's mane often stands up very straight, and it's always basically perfect. Often what happens is when they are sick or ill, or they haven't got enough nutrients, often what happens is their mane sort of seems to fold. So from the middle, what happens is like their mane will start to fold left and right, and it will create this almost this like path in between, and you can then tell that that zebra is in need of some nutrients or might have some sickness. So thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. what might be coming down to join us here at the Waterhole. Just having a good scan around. Cal, you've seen zebras rest their heads on each other's backs. Why is that? Is that how they sleep? So that is often how they will sleep, and I think it's almost just similar to like an elephant. I mean, an elephant will often rest its trunk on its tusk just to take the weight off their head. So I think for the zebras, it's also a similar thing. It's almost just to rest. It also does look very comfortable and cozy when the zebras do that. So I think you are 100% correct in saying that that's how they sleep and rest. It's also probably got to do with them being quite a social animal and that social bonding with one another. Honey Badger say, let's hope the zebras don't eat too much cake on Zebra Day. Hopefully they don't, Honey Badger, because they still need to be able to run away from predators. It's not like the lions are going to leave them just because it is their special day. Hey, 40 zebras, they can live for around about 20 years in the wild, 18 to 20 years. But then in captivity, zebras can live a lot longer, just because obviously they don't have those predators that are coming after them, even if they are getting quite old. So around about 20 years old, a zebra will get in the wild. That's quite a nice view now of the zebra just feeding on the grass, and you can see how perfect that mane is. Standing up very, very straight. Speaking a little bit earlier on if they are sick, so that mane will literally fold left and right from where it is if they are a little bit sick. So I know it is World Zebra Day, and we've been spending quite a lot of time here at Jamala with these zebras. But why don't we head over to a different location for the first time today? So welcome to Okaguyo in Namibia, where it looks like it is an absolute perler of a day. Not too many clouds in the sky. I can only imagine how hot it must be.
We are bringing you a new and improved fan favorite. We have unearthed the finest gems from over the years in our archives to give you hours of amazing entertainment. Hop on the largest safari vehicle in the world and revisit the best of WildEarth with epic moments from eco-training pride lands, memories from Madikwe, and more. Reconnect with your favorite naturalists and animal characters with the best of Safari Live. WildEarth, connecting with nature.
The springbuck. AJ Kruger, so the average lifespan for springbuck is a lot less than a zebra. So their average lifespan is around 7 to 10 years old. So yeah, I mean, almost half of what a zebra's is. I think also just because they are a lot smaller, a lot more vulnerable to predators. Eleni, I have to agree with you saying that the sights and sounds here are so serene and peaceful. Which calls do you know that we're hearing? So the bird that just called now, that's a blacksmith lapwing. We see them pretty much all over in all the different locations. But we also sometimes are hearing the pied crows that are calling. And then the area around here in Namibia, there's lots and lots of different larks, um, larks and cisticulars, and they all are very, very similar. They look very similar, and their calls are also very similar. And to be honest with you, I'm not an expert guide up in Namibia, so if I do hear any other interesting calls, I will definitely let you know. Haley 40, hey 40, sorry. I do also love meerkats. And you're wondering if we ever see any in the locations with the cameras. So not to my knowledge that we've seen any meerkats, but I do know that there are meerkats in Madikwe. Um, and then you also would find meerkats up here at Ukaguyu. And it might be a little bit hard, this area, for those meerkats. Um, just because meerkats, they foraging for any insects, spiders, scorpions, any bugs, things like that. And for them to dig through the harder ground like this around this waterhole would be quite tough. So never say never. You never know what might come down if they might be close by and come for a drink of water. But there's a slight chance to get to see them. Melanie, if you did just hear that call, I still hear them calling now. That's a European bee-eater. European bee-eater that was calling. Laura, you're wondering what animals are coming in the back. So those are oryxes or gemsbok. It's the most common of the antelope species that you will see down in Namibia or in the Kalahari. Probably gemsbok or oryx, and then the springbuck. Those are the two most common that you'll get to see. Beautiful, thin, long, straight horns. So it does seem like they're just making sure that there's nothing potentially dangerous around before they do come down to drink. We'll keep an eye on this feed here at Okaguyu. Why don't we head over back to Jamala and see what's happening? So if you have a look here at what this zebra is doing, it actually looks like it's feeding on the sand. So it might seem a little bit strange to some people, but zebras will often get other nutrients out of the sand or the soils. And we call it geophagy. So geophagy refers to an animal eating the soil for specific types of nutrients. Maybe the zebra just needs a little bit more salt in its diet. Now it's come down for a drink after eating some of the soil.
Bringing you a new and improved fan favorite. We have unearthed the finest gems from over the years in our archives to give you hours of amazing entertainment. Hop on the largest safari vehicle in the world and revisit the best of WildEarth with epic moments from eco-training Pride Lands, memories from Madikwe, and more. Reconnect with your favorite naturalists and animal characters with the best of Safari Live. WildEarth, connecting with nature.
One day at a time, you're saying that this scene looks so tranquil. Um, it is very tranquil. I mean, a lot of the scenes out here in nature, especially that one that we were just at Ukuguyu, it's incredible. Have a look how many zebras have just come down to this waterhole to join us on World Zebra Day. It literally does seem like these zebras know. They're like, we are the limelight of live at the waterhole, and they're going to be around. It must be 20. Counted somewhere around 23, maybe 24 because of those two that I didn't see. But that's incredible. This is definitely the most zebras that I've seen come down to Jamala to have a drink. One day at a time. This is a tranquil scene, this. Why don't we just take this in on World Zebra Day? Amazing just to admire these zebras coming down to drink. Jenna from the UK wondering what zebras eat other than grass. So most of their diet does consist of grass, literally only grass, but they will eat things like stems or leaves, um, sometimes even bark, if the grass isn't really available. Jive Bunny is saying that it's the prettiest bottom in the bush, as James Henry would say. James Henry, he does love a zebra bottom. These zebras seem to have put on quite a show for us this morning already, here at Jamala. And they now seem like they are starting to walk away off into the distance and probably go find a nice big open grass plain to feed on. Some nutrient rich grass, maybe some leaves. But I'm sure there'll be a different, I hope there'll be a different herd that comes down to drink. Victoria, you asking, can you tell when an elephant's about to charge properly? So you can tell if an elephant's going to charge. So elephants will often, joined by wildebeest now also, elephants will often do what we call a mock charge. So mock charge, basically a fake charge, before they then do the real charge. And often what might happen is before the mock charge, the elephant will often lift up its head to try and make itself a lot bigger, put its ears out, tuck its trunk in, and then keep its tail. Its tail's normally sort of hanging down. It will often stiffen up its tail. And that's often when the elephant's starting to get a little bit agitated. And then what it will do is maybe run 5 or 6 steps towards you and then put its head down and shake its head at you. And so that's the first warning. And that's what we call the mock charge. But if you don't move away from that situation, after that mock charge, then there's going to be the real charge. So basically the same indications you'll look out for. So you'll look out for trumpeting, the ears held out to make itself look a lot bigger, head held up, tail stiff. And they often will like turn their heads to the side a little bit because their eyes are on the side of their head. They want to get a perfect angle of you. And then they often turn their head a little bit to look at you. And that's when there might be some danger. So whenever you are with elephants, always keep a lookout for those signs. So a beautiful young wildebeest in and amongst those two adults there. You can see a lot lighter in color compared to the two adults. And the wildebeests are born a lot lighter in color. It's just to try and blend in to their surroundings. So you often find wildebeests in similar areas to zebras, where they'll spend time in open grasslands. Often that grass is quite brown and dull in color, and you can only imagine being quite short, like that wildebeest that we're looking at is. They often will blend into the grass, and so when a lion looks at a herd, they can't often pinpoint a youngster. So the chance of survival is a little bit higher. But as they do start to grow up and get a little bit older, they will indeed start to change color to a little bit more darker, blacky gray color, just like the adults. So, Laura Moore, you're saying that you can't keep up with the different zebras. So, have a look at that zebra. It looks like it's almost dead, but it is actually breathing. Thank goodness. You're saying that you can't keep track of all the different zebras. So, the plain zebra, uh, the other name for a plain zebra is a Birchall zebra. So, those two are the same. Then a mountain zebra. So, it's called the Hartman's mountain zebra. And so that's why for you it seems like it is a little bit difficult to keep track. But yeah, plain zebra and Birchall zebra is the same thing. And then it's a Hartman's mountain zebra. So I hope that does clarify things for you, Lara. No, it might be a birth defect. It might also just have a lot less cartilage in the ear compared to other elephants. I mean, I know elephants often, as they get older, the cartilage does start to wear off, but that elephant's still very, very young. It'll be interesting to see if it is able to flap its ears and cool itself down, because that's the the best way for these elephants to cool themselves down, is to flap their ears and get their body temperature down a little bit. So also, let's see what it's going to do now. I'm sure it's going to throw water on itself. Alex, you're wondering if there's any color difference between the different types of zebras. So all the zebras are the same color, so there's no real color differences. Um, you might find that some people think there might be differences when zebras spend time within an area that's very rich in iron, and the soil's very red in color. People might think that it's a lot more red, but it's just the soil that they've been rolling in. This is going to now be quite interesting. You can see just on the right of screen there's another herd of elephants that's coming down to this waterhole. Kim Twister, you saying Ellie's? I can hear the excitement in your comments. How excited you are to see these elephants coming down. It's always exciting having elephants come down to the waterhole. Incredible how close this little family group of elephants is drinking with one another. all different sizes of elephants coming down.
We all know the struggle of finding the perfect gift. But what if you could give them an unforgettable experience? Something truly extraordinary. Introducing Nature Eye. Fly a real drone remotely at iconic locations, witnessing the beauty of nature like never before. Sign up to be an explorer and you could win one of these experiences yourself. Visit natureeye.com today. I love having elephants come down to the waterhole when we are at specific locations. It's always nice just to sit in silence and enjoy the sounds of these elephants.
It does seem like these elephants might be a little bit nervous. You saw there they were running around trumpeting a little bit. That's why we've just had a scan around the water just to see what might be there. Gina, you said that you thought it was World Zebra Day, not World Elephant Day. Remember, we said that it is World Zebra Day, but we are gonna allow all the other animals to come onto screen today. We did have incredible sightings of those zebras a little bit earlier on, and I'm sure it's not the last zebras that we'll see. So it is coming up to 1 o'clock now, where it's a beautiful time of the day where we're able to introduce Africams on board with WildEarth. So just a shout out to Africams and thank you for opening up all your different cameras and locations to us. We appreciate it, as well as the viewers do appreciate having all different locations. So thank you once again.